listen to me, okay? Someone who has never styled a wig, customized a wig, never even worn a wig could get this one. Do everything I did from the beginning to the end, and it'll look like this. This beautiful hair is from Luvmehair. We're going to get straight into the unboxing and come back to the wig. They always include cute free gifts. This time we have some nails, which is a first, 2 pairs of lashes, and some earrings. Now this is the star of the show. This wig is mixed color. It's a 4/30, 13x4, 12-inch, 180 density wig. On the inside, you can see everything we need to make sure that it's secure. And this is how it looks straight out the bag. So this would be considered our before. And just a closer look at the hairline. It is a Swiss lace and the color is medium brown. I'm going to get into why I love this hairline so much and what makes it so easy. But first, let's look at these curls. The curls and the color are beautiful. Keep in mind we will be wetting the hair and making the curls pop a little bit more. But this is how it's looking straight out the bag. I'm going in to center the part so it's straight down the middle of my head. As you saw, the wig came middle parted already, so you can't part it on the side anyway, which is perfect for this unit because it's going to be glueless. Pop it on, pop it off, and nobody's going to see that our edges aren't glued down, but you'll see that when we get there. Now I'm taking my Care wax stick and my hot comb, and I'm going to hot comb first, then wax stick, then hot comb again. And I like to do this just to sleek the part out a little bit, make it a little more defined, and it's going to help the wig look like it's laying flat since my braids underneath are a little bit puffy. If you have a wax stick that you like, by all means use it. I don't like or recommend this one. I don't really like the way it feels, but it gets the job done. Now I'm not going to I'm not going to hot comb the entire perimeter of the hairline. I'm just going to do the middle mainly, the parts that are pre-plucked. And look at this hairline. You can see where it's pre-plucked and you can see where it's not. Everything that's not, it's perfect because we aren't even going to mess with it. And nobody's going to see it. Since we can't part our hair on the side anyway, it's not like we would be putting this up in a ponytail. I'm telling you, it's made perfectly. Now you can see the piece I pulled out. We really don't need to pluck it, but I'm going to do just a little bit because I feel like I just always have to do too much. So I'm going to do a little tiny bit, and I'm going to show you exactly what I pull out. I'm being very gentle. And really, if you didn't want to do this, you don't have to, because I actually forgot to do the other side and you can't even tell. And you see, that's not a lot of hair at all. Now this part is probably the hardest part for someone who is a beginner, just pulling out these knots. Now closer to the front of the hairline, the knots are smaller, but as you get farther back, they do get thicker. Now, the good thing about the knots being thicker, you don't have to worry about a lot of shedding from your lace. The bad thing is that if you're heavy-handed like me, you will pluck a hole if you are not gentle. And I did pluck a hole right in the middle. So you'll see that, but it was an accident. Things happen, but let's go ahead and wet this hair, okay? I'm going to use my Curl Scrunch Garnier. I use this in every video I feel like, but I really like this for curly hair. And I took my wig in the bathroom and I washed it really quickly, did one little shampoo, conditioned it, rinsed the conditioner out, and then I'm adding my curling products. I'm going through it with my fingers first, and then I'm going to use my dimming brush. Did you notice that I did not bleach my knots? And I always do it. I actually wasn't going to wash this wig either, but I decided to when I was in the bathroom. It was a last minute thing. I didn't wet the part that we just hot comb, sorry. I only did the length of the hair. So I'm not doing too much with the curls because they're already pretty defined after just conditioning. So I'm roughly going through with my Denman brush. If you wanted it to be really defined, use way more product than me and really take your time to brush through. But I'm so serious when I say this did not take me no time. Straight out the box, wet it. It was like so simple, so quick, so easy. Now I got my wig and I'm putting it on. Like I said, my braids underneath are puffier, so I had to do a lot too. I had to use most of those combs to make it lay pretty flat. But as you saw, we have plenty combs, so she's secure. She's not going anywhere. We got to define our part. I'm taking my contour powder, which is the Hoola, and I'm just putting it down in the part. Now, we didn't bleach the knots, so this is going to hide the thicker knots that are towards the back of the part. But we're not done there. We're going to go in with some concealer. The concealer on top of the powder is really just going to hide the knots even more. The powder is going to stick to the knots, and then the concealer is going to make it look like a part. Now, since my concealer, I got a little heavy-handed with the concealer, so I have to go back in with my brush, well, an eyeshadow brush, to add a darker contour powder to the hair. So if this was black hair, I would use a black eyeshadow. But since it's brown, I'm using my dark brown contour powder just to clean up where the concealer got on the hair. And this part is also this part is also optional. This is my foundation brush. I just have leftover foundation. I didn't put any more on there, and I'm just putting it on the lace. So like I said, this wig is not glued down. It's just on my head. So if I was to glue it down, I would do a little bit more with the lace, but you really don't need to, okay? I'm not just saying that, you really don't need to. Time to cut, and we're just gonna cut it like always. I start in the middle and then I'm gonna zigzag it out. Now, when I first started cutting, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do baby hair or not, so I left a little bit of extra lace, because anytime I do baby hair, I just like the extra security of a little bit more lace, because I've had my my hairline start to shed if I cut too close. So that's why I'm doing this. But if you know you're gonna wear this completely glueless forever, you can definitely cut closer. Do you see how that lace is looking? You see what we did to the lace, and now you see how the lace is looking. So I felt like the wig was a little bit heavy on my shoulders, so I just cut a little tiny bit off so it could frame me a little better. And I love the way it looks, especially when it dries. Right now this hair is not fully dry, but once it was, I loved it. So when I lift the wig up, this is how it's looking. Now, did you see some? What was that? Did you see my whole? Yeah, I have to be careful when I place my wig down, because where I ripped the lace, yeah, I gotta be careful. Now, in the beginning, I decided not to do baby hair. And then I went back once it was completely dry. This is completely dry. And I said, let's do a little bit of baby hair just to show how it looks. I wouldn't do it in the middle because it just didn't really look that well. But really, I liked it before without the baby hair more. Do you see the way those curls just pop back up? It is completely dry and it is gorgeous. This hair is as simple as you make it. I'm talking straight out the box on your head, 20 minutes out the door. Listen to me, okay? Someone who has never styled a wig, customized a wig, never even worn a wig, could get this one, do everything I did from the beginning to the end, and it'll look like this. I'm so serious. I would put money on that. It's easy, it's beginner friendly. The cut, the color, the curls, it's beautiful. This hair is from Luvmehair. 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 The links will be in my description. Make sure you check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.